Now, I salute you once again. We're going to handle an Excel number from the Senior 5 paper that I set for them. And this is going to be Excel. So let us first of all open that paper. And now I attempt our Excel number. Let me call it a day. So that is our paper. Let me first of all zoom so that we can actually see it properly. So the number says the spreadsheet below contains assumed fees collections in billions per year for a couple of universities in Uganda. Study it carefully and execute its tasks. Enter the information below in an electronic spreadsheet of your choice. Save your work with your first name and personal number. Now here, first of all, for me I will not need to type because I already have this information in soft copy, but for your case you'll need to type. I'm going to copy and then I open my Excel, I paste my work there in an Excel spreadsheet. But for your case, when you're given an exam and that work is on a question paper, you need to type it in Excel. So for me, I've copied. I'm going to paste it in Excel, and after copying in Excel, I'm going to perform a few things here and there as we are required by the question, and then we call it a day. Now, first of all, I'm going to adjust these columns to see that I have whatever I need in its original position. Now here I have fees collection in billions per year. I'm going to cut this word per year and then I merge these cells. After merging them, I know I will lose that last part. Then afterwards I'll paste whatever I've cut into this cell. Didn't take it. Oh, it didn't take it. Then let me just write it, fees collection. Yeah. Let me go back to this Microsoft Word file of mine. Yes, I was forgetting the word billions. So let me copy it the way it is, the way it appears there. Then I come to this. I select everything and then I copy like I paste it like that. Then I also merge this, cut this, and then I'll paste it there. After that I will merge, and when I merge this, yes, it will appear like that. So I'll adjust this to make sure all my words are visible. Right. What do I have here that has made this very big? Let me make it uniform. Fine. Now when you look at my values here under fees collection in billions per year, they have a shilling symbol, but this symbol was typed manually, and you can see when I tap in 120 and go to the formula bar which has the content of the active cell, it has the SH on, and these figures, they are formatted to be left aligned, yet any numbers in Excel, they are right aligned by default. So when I type a number like 10 in one of the cells and tap enter, it automatically goes to the right. It means Excel is seeing these as non-numbers, they are not numbers. So what we do is to remove this shilling symbol that was added manually, and we add it using a formatting style of our choice. So I select them, I right click, and then I choose format cells. When I choose format cells, I'll definitely before that, let me cancel. Let me first of all remove the shilling symbol by using Ctrl H, which is find and replace. I'll find what? I'll find the SHS plus the dot and replace it with nothing. So I say replace all and I click OK. Then I close it. The moment I close and click OK, you see that symbol disappears. So I put a symbol that I want to be there in the right way. So I right click here then I choose format cells. The moment I choose format cells, I'll go to custom because I want to put something that is new. So I select this journal that is already there under custom, then I open quotes, I type in SHS, the dots, I close quotes, put space, hash. Oh no, it has done something different. I close quotes. I don't know why it is. It is putting for me that funny symbol that I don't want. So I close quotes. After closing quotes, I put space and put hash. Yes, after putting hash, I can as well put a format. I can say comma, then I add hash 2 times and a 0, or I can only leave the hash there because it is just enough. Then I tap on OK. The moment I tap on OK, it gives me this. I want also to format the new fees collection to have that same symbol. So I can select this, right click, do the same thing, choose format cells. Under format cells, I'll choose custom, and under custom, journal will be selected. I remove it and open quotes, write SHS dot, close quotes, and after closing quotes, I put space, I put hash, comma, hash, then a symbol, like that. Then I click OK. It means also the values that I'm going to put here are going to be already formatted. So according to our question, I've already done part 1. Part 2, wrap text, I've done it. Part 3, assuming the fees collection was increased by 12% using absolute cell referencing, determine the new fees collection by every university. So I'm going to determine the new fees collection here in this column. So the increase is 12%, and they've said using absolute cell referencing. It means we are going to make the cell address for the 12% fixed and multiply it through all of this, and then we get the new fees collection. How? I'm going to say equal signs, open brackets. Now I'm going to first of all write the 12%, then I add it to the original fees collection. So after opening brackets, I put the 12%. When I tap it there, I make it absolute. I tap on F4 and F4 will make it absolute for me. Then I multiply it with the original fees collection, then I close the brackets. Now that is the 12% increase. That is the increase that the government put on all universities. After the increase, I'll add on the original fees and I'll get the new fees. Plus, it's adding some other things. Let me remove them like that. Then I add the same cell address and then I close. I don't even need to close. I tap enter. The moment I tap enter, it finds for me the new fees collection. After finding it, I use the autofill handle to find the rest of the values, and there we go. I have the values and they're also formatted with the shading symbol. Now I go to rank. Oh, actually, let me go back and see. I'm done with 3, then I'm going to 4. By use of functions in each case, determine the average collection by these universities, the position of each, the mode, and category. So let me go back to my Excel worksheet. They've said we find the average collection for these universities. I'll say equal signs, average, in brackets. I'll put the range of cells. Our range of cells is these ones here. After that, I close the bracket and hit enter. It gives me the average. The mode, I do the same thing. Equal signs, mode, open brackets. I put the range of cells for which I want to find the mode. I close the brackets and hit enter. It gives me the mode. The highest value, equal signs, max. Now for the highest, I use a function called max. Instead of writing the whole word maximum, I abbreviate it, and it is also the same for minimum. Then I tap enter, it finds me the maximum value or the highest value, and so many other things. Now let me go to position. Position, most of the times it gives student hard time. So let me zoom in such that people can see it properly. Now position, we are going to use a function called rank. So I say equal signs, rank, open brackets. Now what is the number the number is this first value that I'm going to use to rank these universities. I'm going to use their original fees collection. Put a comma. After putting a comma, I'll put the rest of these as my reference and make them absolute. Put this dollar sign to make them absolute. I put a comma, and then the order, I'll definitely choose descending order, that is 0. Close the brackets and hit enter. My computer is this symbol, and I hit enter. The moment I hit enter, it gives me the position of the first cell. Use the autofill handle to find the rest of the cells. Now under category, I can either use the if function or the VLOOKUP. I like using VLOOKUP. But for the VLOOKUP, I'll have to create a table of array. And this table of array is simply going to be having, let me actually name it. Let me merge these cells. And I say table array, such that you can see it and understand it easily. Now here I'm going to have collection. You of course know in billions. And here I'm going to have category. Right. So I make this bold because they're going to be my headers. I can even make them bigger like that. Then here you have 0. When you using VLOOKUP, you start with the smallest. Now, where am I getting these? 40, then 60. Where am I getting this? Let me go back to the question and see. Category of each university, assuming that the universities are categorized as seeing 30 class. Copy. When the original fees collection is below 40, that's what I've termed as a 0, because the 0 means from 0 to 39. That is 30 class. That is what I've put here, 30 class. Then from 40 to 59. Now you look at my question here, they say below. Look at the second class. When it is below 60, it means anything that is below 60, that is second class. That's why I've said for 40, it will be in between 40 and 59, that is 60. And lastly, above 60, that will be first class. And you of course seeing this as first class. We together. So these are the comments that I will carry exactly from wherever they are, that I put them onto my worksheet like this. Now I'm going to give my table borders. Leave it at that. Yes, that is my table of array or table array. Now I go back to my main table. Now when you're using VLOOKUP, you need a main table and a table array. So in the main table, that's where I'm writing a function. Equal signs, VLOOKUP, open brackets, then the lookup value. Which value are you going to use when you're ranking? I'm actually going to use the original fees collection. I'm not going to use the new. Then I put a comma. The moment I select the first value, that is the lookup value. It is the first value that I'm going to rank first. Then use autofill to rank the rest of the values. So that is what we call the lookup value. I put a comma. After putting a comma, it tells me table array. It means I would select my table array. After selecting my table array, I make sure everything is selected properly. I make it absolute. Tap on F4 and everything is absolute. Let me remove this screen tip and you can see it properly. I make it absolute. I put a comma. After putting a comma, I'm going to put the column index number. Which column do I want to return from the table array to the main table? Column 2. Put it 2 as my column index number. I put a comma and then I use true for approximate match instead of an exact match. I close the brackets and hit enter. The moment I hit enter, it gives me the values that I need. And when I drag across, I'll definitely find the rest of the values. Now I've even found the categories that we need for this question. On a separate sheet, generate a well-labeled 3D line chart representing universities and their original fees collection. Name the worksheet Uni Fees. Right. Now let me go and find and draw the chart. I make it a little bit smaller so that I can see everything. Now I'm going to create a chart for universities, so I'm going to select this universities, hold Control, and then choose the original fees collection up to where they stop. And after that, I'll go to the Insert tab and line chart. I'll tap on it. The first one or the first group is 2D. Then I tap on the 3D because they've told me I have a 3D chart drawn. Now my chart is inserted. It has everything that I need. What I need to rectify, there are a few things. So I add on the axes. The axes are not there. I tap and I add the axes. Here, I'll tap on it and say this is fees collection. Or maybe I can even copy this same thing. Copy, and tap on this, and I select this, paste that. Then this, I do the same thing. This is university. You can copy this. After copying, I come to this. So guys, I want you to feel ease whenever you are dealing with this machine, because the way you can do things across programs, they all work. So here I'm going to give it a title and say a 3D line chart showing fees collection in billions a year. 3D line chart showing fees collection in billion per year of, let me add, of different universities. Fine. Select it and make it bold like that. Now after this, do I need this axis again? I don't need this. This is the title. I can as well decide to make it smaller. But there's nothing much in this. I don't need the title. Sorry, key. After, I can move my chart to a new sheet because they told me, the question said, name the worksheet Unifees. On a separate sheet, generate a worksheet labeled 3D line chart representing universities and their original fees collections. Actually, they are even giving us the title. So I can copy this as my title and come to my worksheet. Select this, or I select the whole of this, and I paste the other one. Let me add a 3D line chart representing universities and their original fees collections. Fine, that is my title. Right, after putting my title like that, the chart always presents or creates a new tab, and that new tab, or actually new tabs, chart design and format. So on the chart design, there is a command called move chart. I tap on move chart. I want to move it in a new sheet. They told us a separate sheet and call it uni fees. Calling it uni fees. So I copy that same thing, I come and paste it here, or I can actually type in there. I told you I'm copying this because I have all the things in soft copy. My paper is soft copy and I'm doing it in soft copy. The moment I tap OK, it takes my chart in a separate sheet like that. After that, I have sheet 1, then I have uni sheet. Then let me go uni fees. Let me go to my question again. Apply a yellow fill background color to your table. Filter out those universities from the central region. Now let me go back here and I apply a yellow background color. I'll actually do some formatting here. I'll make the headings bold, and then afterwards I'll select everything that I have here and make it fine. I can actually select this because I may not need this to be visible, and give white font color to that table, and then I remove the borders. That things are there, they are not visible because I don't want them to be visible. Yes, that is yellow background color. And finally, filter out those universities from central region. I'll create a new sheet and I'll call it central. I right click, name, I'm going to call it central, like that. And after calling it central, so I'll try to format my data in such a way that will make it possible for me to sort and filter out all those universities, only those universities that are coming from central region. So I remove all the wrapped cells or all the merged cells. Like here I have 2 rows, of which only 1 row is occupied, the other one I just merged it. So I delete that row and then I'll push my data, or I'll pull my data and occupy that row. And when it occupies that row, it will make my work very easy of filtering out only those people that are coming, all those universities that are coming from the central region. And I will also remove this. I had already copied the criteria. I'll first of all remove it, and I'll copy the criteria that I've just formatted in the best way that I want it to appear. So I go back to my work, I select all the headings, and then I copy them. So I copy this first row, paste it here because I'm going to use it as a criteria, and I go back. I want on the central, the central, copy again, and then I paste it under location like that. After there, I'll go to this sheet where I want it to be, tap on the data tab and sort and filter, click on advanced, then I make sure copy to another location is selected. So in the first list range, the range will be this sheet where I have everything here. I'll select everything that I have. After selecting it, I go back, I go to criteria range, I tap in there, it's still on the same sheet. I move like this, I choose my criteria, I go to the central tab, then I tap on data, click on advanced, under sort and filter, make sure copy to another sheet, go to another location is selected, then the range. Where is our range? Our range is on sheet 1. So I move to the range, I select the whole of it. After that, I tap on this to take me back. Now criteria range. My criteria range is again on sheet 1. I go back there, I select the sheet properly, tap here again, then copy to where am I taking the data. Tap here, the moment I click OK, it brings me only those universities that are from the central region, and it puts them on a new sheet. I can actually format and put back my text wrapping styles on the sheets that I had in them after it filters them for me. Alright, then I wrap text as earlier on. Then in the center like they were before. Then I save my data. I want to save it as, actually let me choose file, save as, browse, choose desktop. When desktop is not being seen here, what do you do? Tap on this arrow here and you definitely see desktop. Tap on it, you see desktop, look for your folder. Created my folder is Kimbo and David. My file will be saved as, I'm not going to save it as book 1, as your first name and your personal number. Save it like that. So I have sheet 1 which has the rest of my data. Then I have central sheet which has those universities from the central region and the chart. Now I removed the formats for this because I wanted to filter, but after filtering I can actually take my formats back. So that is it. Let me go to my question paper. I see whether I've left anything. Have all universities sorted in ascending order on the basis of university name. That is our last bit of the question. I come, I can tap anywhere in my sheet, and I go to the data tab, and I choose sort. The moment I choose sort, it selects everything. When it selects everything, I want to sort by university. Tap university, A to Z. When I click OK, it sorts everything like that. Save the changes, and that is it. We've answered all our questions properly. See you